Okay, so today I am going to share with you how we can solve or compute for the variance and standard deviation of ungrouped data. So on the board, we have the formula for the sample variance and for the population variance. So as you can see, the formula for the sample variance is S squared equal to the summation of the quantity x minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. And for the population variance, we have sigma squared equal to the summation of x, or the summation of the quantity x minus mu squared all over n. So you can observe the difference between the two formula. So on the sample variance, we have the denominator n minus 1, and for the population variance, we have capital letter N. So and for the sample variance, we have x bar, which is the sample mean, which is a statistic, right? And for the population variance, we have mu, which is a population mean, which is a parameter, right? So maybe we can proceed to the computation of a sample variance and sample standard deviation. So here on the board, we have an example. The marks of 5 students of a class is given to be 94, 92, 95, 96, and 93. So what is the variance and standard deviation? So when we say the problem is what is the variance and standard deviation, that is referring to the sample variance and sample standard deviation. Okay, so first step. So for the solution, first step. So as you can see, this formula, we are going to use this formula. So as you can see, mean is involved in the formula. So the first step is to find the mean. So the formula for the mean is simply x bar. Simply add all the data, all the observations. So we have 94 plus 92 plus 95 plus 96 plus 93, then divide it by the total number of observation. So we have 5 students or 5 marks, so divide it by 5. So what is the mean? So 94, 92, 95, 96, 93. So we have 4 plus 2, 6, 11, 17, 20. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 times 5, 45 plus 2 is 400 or 47. So we have the sum 470. So 470 divided by 5. Okay. So what is 470 divided by 5? So 470 divided by 5, we have 9, 45, 20. So we have 94. Okay. We have a mean of 94. So now, since we already determined the mean, so we can proceed to step number 2. So what is step number 2? So as you can see, we have quantity x minus x bar. So our first or our second step rather is to subtract each value. Each value must be subtracted to the mean. So maybe we can construct a table for the difference between each value to the mean. So we have 94, we have x or the x values, right? So the marks, we have 94, 92, 95, 96, and 93. So how about for the mean? Mean is 94. 94, 94, 94, and 94. So next, we have x minus bar. Each value must be subtracted to the mean. We have x minus x bar. So what is x minus x bar? 94 minus 94 is 0. 92 minus 94 is negative 2. 95 minus 94, we have 1. 96 minus 94, 2, right? So 93 minus 94, we have negative 1. So now, we already determined the x minus x bar. So since in the formula we have quantity x minus x bar squared, so we are going to take the square of the difference between each value to the mean. We have x minus x bar squared. So what is 0 squared? We have 0. Negative 2 squared is 4, right? 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. So we already determined x minus x bar squared. So since in the formula summation of quantity x minus x bar squared, so we are going to write. So yes, we are going to take the sum of this square. 0 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1. So summation of x minus x bar squared is 4, 5, 9, 10. So 10. We have 10. So next step. Our next step is we can now substitute the values in the given formula. So our formula for the sample standard deviation is s squared equal to summation of x minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. Our n is the number of observations, right? So we have summation of x minus x bar squared is 10. So 10 divided by n. Our n is 5. We have 5 observations. So 5 minus 1. This is equal to 10 over 4. What is 10 over 4? So 10 over 4 is simply 5 over 2, right? So what is 5 over 2? 5 over 2 is 2.5. So 2.5 is our sample variance. So we already determined, we get the sample variance. So how about for the sample standard deviation? So actually, the sample standard deviation, or simply the standard deviation, is simply the square root of the variance. So in order to find the standard deviation of this given data, so we need to take the square root of the variance. So if we are going to take the square root of this variance, we get the standard deviation. So now, since our sample variance is 2.5, our sample standard deviation, which is the square root of s, is the square root of 2.5. So you can use your calculator to solve this square root. So what is the square root of 2.5? Yes, the square root of 2.5 is simply 1.58. So our standard deviation is 1.58.